Good. You are recording. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Dubai Investors Roundtable. We are going live. We want to talk with you, all the entrepreneurs who are live in a Friday evening. We are from Romania live, so it's 6 p.m. here. Arshit is in India. It's around 9:30.
Yeah, it's like 9:45 p.m.
Okay, so it's great. And we hope to have you with us on board as well today, because we are going to talk about how you can fund your company, how to find an investor, what an investor looks like when he wants to fund the company, and some other topics I will disclose later. First of all, let me introduce ourselves. I'm very happy to be with you on a live today. I know it's Friday, but I know as well you are committed to grow your company, so stay with us for 15 minutes. I am Bianca Tudor. I am a serial entrepreneur, as well a business consultant. I built an ecosystem for companies since 2015. In the last 7 years, it is called Elite Business Women Club, bringing together companies not only led by women, but in general companies, and we help them to grow a business, start a business, brand their business in Europe, the Gulf countries, and Russia since last year. I'm in love with working with companies, that's a fact. I have today with me in the live Arjil Bhattacharya. What I want you to know about this amazing businessman, first of all, he is a serial entrepreneur since 1999. He is an investor as well. He has a portfolio of companies, and I will use his expertise today in the live. And as well, he built a great ecosystem for companies starting from India, which is in 95 countries at the moment. As well, he's the co-organizer of Dubai Investors Roundtable. So welcome, Arjit.
Thank you so much, Bianca, for the beautiful introduction.
What else should I mention about you?
Just a small human being who is trying to connect the dots so that it becomes a circle. So we are all trying to create a circle utilizing the dots.
That's very beautiful. Let's say to the people how we got connected. As I mentioned, me and Arjit were building ecosystems to bring together companies and to help them grow their businesses, to connect them, and many other great programs for companies. But talking about our common expertise, we've noticed the common challenge of companies when they want to grow their business is the fact that they need funds. If you want to grow your team, if you want to grow your business, you want to brand your business, you want to enter, I don't know, new markets, you need funds, you need money to do that. So last year in November, we said, why shouldn't we create a concept to bring together the SME sector, the companies from the SME sector with private investors, and to help them to create better businesses together. So this is how we started organizing Dubai Investors Roundtable since November last year. As a status, we already had the first round of Dubai Investors Roundtable online on January 17, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, even though it's 1 month, not even 1 month, a lot of things happen since then. So at the moment, we will as well do the offline event in March. But to get there, we want you to know how you can access funds if you are a company and you want to have this opportunity. And because I have Arjit in the live today, and because he's an investor and he has many companies in his portfolio, I would love to ask him, being an investor, how he decided to invest in a company, for which criteria were like definitely the yes for him to invest in a company.
Beautiful. Before I go deep dive into why I invested, I think I should tell the audience that when you have created a company and you feel that you are growing and you feel that for growth, the potential growth needs a little bit of boost, a little bit of hand holding, that's the right kind of time for anybody to look for investment. Now, I act in two different ways for raising fund. One option is I'm investing my own money into a company. Second option is I'm raising fund for your company. So when I'm investing my own money, I have a limitation of funds from my own bank. And of course, an individual person can invest from his own capacity. It can be small, it can be big, it can be medium. But when we talk about a capacity of a group of investor, there lies the real sweetness. So we run our accelerator and our angel syndicate, which is called Co-Innovate Ventures, which has got a good number of opportunity to invest money from friends who are basically angel investor friends of mine, who can invest or co-invest along with me. Now, coming back to the question, I will go for two case studies, like probably take example of two of the companies wherein I invested. I will take both the example which is not inside India, so that your comfort zone becomes that we are not at all investing inside our country, but we are investing outside of our country as well.
Okay.
So the first case is basically into yoga and workout. That's the company wherein I invested and pump in my first layer of investment, which is basically the seed capital that I did.
Okay.
So the introduction of this company goes like this. They had three co-founders. One of them was a workout professional. Second one is a yoga training instructor. And the third one is basically a business guy who can do all the sales, all the marketing, all the collaboration, and all the partnership. So when we started talking to each other, like three of them started pitching to me and say that, you know what, we wanted to create a company which is basically into yoga and health and nutrition. And we want to create an academy, want to multiply it. And the existing company is there in a part of Asia. So we want to grow the company from our island to some other part of the world. And that's how the conversation started. And when it started, their profit ratio, profit margin was not that very big. So they had a fear that I'm not earning profit. We are probably not going to sustain. And that's the sole reason we are looking for someone to invest money so that we can sustain.
Yeah, and this is the most common, let's say, objection I receive from companies. I am not profitable. I don't have a good, let's say, turnover as a company, so I shouldn't apply in such a pitching competition to have a private investor coming into my company.
Right. And what happened when we started talking to each other, as an investor, I always want a comfort zone of people so that we create a bond with each other. So it's not about the money that is being pumped, or it's not at all how much equity I'm going to get. It's about if, as an investor, my money can be multiplied, and if, as an investor, I can add value to this startup so that they can get more and more market connect. They can multiply their business. So the fear factor that they had, that I'm not profitable, we are not making money. So I tried to give them a comfort zone that if you are not making money, but you are passionate about your business, you are doing something, and you are doing something with your passion. It's not about just like that you started this training institute. So you had the common purpose to give health and to give mental peace to people. That's how you started. Perfectly fine.
Okay. But in the same time, you said that you are looking about the fact that money can be multiplied because you are an investor. So, okay, you are not making money, but we look at your business if it has the potential to become a business, like if you're at the idea stage.
True, but they were not in the idea stage. They're already running a small institution in Thailand, and then the situation became like it was really difficult for them to continue the institution if they want to multiply it. They are totally okay to sustain by themselves. In that situation, I personally felt that these guys needs a little bit of boost, little bit of hand holding, little bit of money.
Yeah.
And probably I can be the best fit for these startups. So jokes apart, on a serious note, whatever money I'm investing in this startup, I can foresee that these guys will be passionate enough and serious enough to give my return back. I was not at all looking for a 10x return. I was looking for a 5x return. And for that, the business development guy was specific point wise serious enough that if he get this much amount of money, in which timeline he will do what kind of institution in what places. So they had an entire market study done. They were so focused why they want to open up the second institution and from where they are going to get number of audience, number of customers. That gave a comfort zone to me that, okay, fine, he has got a proven track record and he is talking sense because he's talking on numbers. He's not showing the data from it. So you can say that that was the driving factor. Number one, the team, they are complementary to each other. Number two, comfort zone and not talking very high number, rather talking very ground level numbers, whatever they want to achieve. They say that, you know what, we can achieve approximate 7 times what we are doing if we get money. So I expected a 5 times, not 7 times. And they achieved it. So that's a pretty easy, coolest, you can say small layer of small talk investment that happened. Within 3 months, that investment actually happened. Okay. Now, when I say that 3 months, because all those legalities, legal process took time. As you know, Bianca, like when you invest money, there are a lot of legal process that needs to be done after the commitment. So the investment happened stage wise, and then we raised the second round from the private investors so that they can grow more and they can sustain more. So I believe this gives a small insight how investment can be done in the easiest way. You don't need to create a rocket science. You don't need to create a spaceship to travel to Pluto and create a colony over there. So you can always raise funds from a very small thought process. All we want to understand whether you are passionate enough and you are not doing multiple jobs when you are raising fund. You are dedicated to only one business. Because if I am an entrepreneur and this is my business and I'm doing multiple works, so as an investor, Bianca, you will tell me that, Arijit, you are doing too many of works. How will you concentrate on this business? You cannot do that. And that's a fact. So as an investor, when I look at any company, I look at this factor that whether they are focused enough in one business only, so that I can focus myself into multiple different businesses. You know? That's
and in the same time, you look if the entrepreneur has the expertise to grow the business.
True.
Because it can be the, let's say, the technical people like in the team who knows how to build a product, but this doesn't mean that he knows how to grow the business.
True. So that's example number one. Example number two, I will give another non-technology oriented example. I think that will be helpful. So a couple actually started talking to me and they said that they are running a KPO. They wanted to create a company which is into financial solutions, and they wanted to multiply that with fintech solutions. But they don't have wildest idea about fintech technologies. It was just an idea to start their venture. They were looking for money support, they were looking for mentoring support, and they are looking for raising capital, if I can help them. That happened very, very recently. So what happened? After their pitching is done, they felt that they can probably have someone who can probably guide them to create a digital bank and create the entire policy so that they can sustain and they can start the operation. They had a little bit of money. They really, really don't want to have a lot of money initially. They are very focused. They were specific how much money they need. Of course, the lady, her expertise was mainly on the communication and HR. And the gentleman, his expertise was mainly the sales. And there was no one in the company who can understand the technology part. Okay. So they were looking for money to hire someone so that they can have a CTO, they can pay the bills, and they can grow. That was the initial talk that started. The pitch deck was not ready. Pitch deck was not
It
appropriate.
sounds very familiar.
Yeah. So it's like very common kind of, traditional pitching and looking for help kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we started meeting each other. We started having rounds of tea and coffee together. And then eventually I felt that these guys are completely dedicated to this business. They have already floated the company. They need help. And they said that I'm ready to dilute my equity, whatever you want to take. Okay. But just help us out to get these people so that we can create the product and come in the market. So as an investor, the point that I had is pretty simple. Can I bring one technology person in their board who can create the entire team structure to make that solution? So in my network, I had several people who would love to join them with salary plus a little bit of equity dilution so that that fellow becomes a co-founder. So it's a beautiful situation when you have two people company who are mainly into business oriented and the third person coming on board as a co-founder, as a third person who is taking a small bit of equity plus a little bit of salary, and he will manage the entire technology team. As an investor, my understanding is if I take a lot of equity, they are ready to dilute. But if I take a lot of equity, they will lose control of their own company, which I don't want to do that, right?
Why?
I'll tell you the reason. A smart investor never ever take a lot of equity of a company wherein he will not manage the operations daily basis. I don't want to manage the entire operation. I don't want to manage their entire company. I just want to give them the support of networking and the knowledge, and they will do the entire thing, entire operation, entire running, everything, right? And when I'll be raising the next round, from the other investor's perspective, it's a comfort zone that this company belongs to the co-founder, not to a third-party investor. Right? So that's the smartest way of investing your money. And you go with stages. So whatever money they ask for, I give only 10% of it. The only reason is they have to achieve step by step. As much stages they will achieve, I will give the next round of money. So
so you break the goal into smaller.
Right.
Okay.
So this gives them an edge of doing more and multiply their work more and become more and more serious. So the two example I gave, Bianca, to you is not at all high tech. It is not at all something like a kind of groundbreaking story that they found me in maybe in some island or I'm flying and they started talking. Not like that. The reason I wanted to share you only these two examples, because I believe that when we look at companies, whether small or big, they wanted to apply, they have a fear. They feel that, am I eligible? I'm not ready for funding. Or, you know what, I don't know whether this is a groundbreaking concept or not. Okay. I want to tell all our audience, it's not about the coolest idea that you have. It's about the execution and the integrity that you have in your business. Any smart investor would love to see these two options. Okay, whether you are a good business person or not, and your business can be structured or not. If these two answers are yes, definitely you can raise fund. So I don't feel that there is a reason for fear. I don't feel that you need to think multiple times whether you are eligible or not. But you as a person, we have been interacting with each other for 2 years, and I know you quite well. I believe that as a business lady, I have seen the way you give opportunity to people, and I have seen the way you give platform to people so that they can grow, they can multiply their businesses. I would love to understand your opinion as well when you are talking to SMEs and startups about raising fund and then apply to our investor roundtable in Dubai. What's your take in it? Like how people are reacting and what do you feel they should do?
Well, thank you for asking. For me, let's say it's a new business line. I was on the other side of the table, working with them to grow their business or to communicate for their businesses. So it was very interesting to be in your team and to help them to find the right profile of an investor. But I was interacting in the last months with so many companies and seeing the business plans and preparing with you and them the pitch deck. And I was very happy to see that they are committed to grow the company and they understand the fact that they need funds. That's one thing I loved about our work in the last months. Another thing I've been seeing is the fact that a lot of companies are saying no from the very beginning because they lack information. They don't ask, am I eligible? For example, because I'm an entrepreneur and I started at 19 years old, as you started at 17, I will just ask like, hey, this is my business plan. This is something I have in mind. Can you please advise, am I eligible to raise funds for my business? Like, you cannot say no without asking. That's a big mistake you are doing. So have a little bit of courage and, initiative and just, knock at the door. Me and Arjit will, and our team in the backends will reply to you. We always reply to messages, no matter you send them on LinkedIn or email. And I literally spoke with a lot of people in the last months for Dubai Investors Roundtable. So don't say no without asking. When we see the business plans, like from the beginning, I see if they are the technical person in the business, like this is what I know to do. I'm a game developer, but they have zero experience in business development, and this is a dangerous thing. Because okay, you might have the best product, you might be a talented, I don't know, tech guy, but business is business. It has the same rules applying to everyone in the market, and you have to have knowledge on business development, marketing, sales, team building, and a lot of other things a business needs in order to grow. So if in the team are only the people who are in the technical zone of the business, this is dangerous. And if you are such a company, like a short, let's say, a kind reminder for you is to look after people who are having the expertise to grow the business. And another thing I've been seeing, like reviewing and screening with you a lot of companies, was the fact that some of them, they don't think about how should I work with an investor. So I am here, I say, I want $2 million for my company. And then we ask, so what is the return of investment? And they were really like saying bluntly that we don't know. You really have to think about that. You are looking to raise funds. And as Arjit said in the beginning, like as an investor, I'm looking about your potential to multiply the money I'm giving to you. So this brings me to the next question I have for our investor and the co-organizer of our Dubai Investors Roundtable. I'm a company, I applied for funds, I will receive funds, yay, I'm so happy. How should I think about the return of investment as a company, not as an investor, as a company? And then you will tell me from the perspective of an investor.
Super. So I think as an entrepreneur, you always need to understand the person who is investing money, he needs two things in return. One, he needs a approach to get back his investment. He's taking a risk when it is happening on an angel investment. You might be successful, you may not be that kind of successful, it doesn't matter. But you must give them a comfort zone that you are the best and you can multiply his money better than any other third-party solution giver. It can be bond, it can be stock, it can be bank. If the investor have got money, why they should invest in your business instead of investing in stocks? So your comfort zone needs to be there, that if you invest, it's not going to multiply only the money, but name and fame, plus media news, plus something else, which is pleasure of working with somebody else. So it's a kind of comfort zone giving to a person who don't know you. It's just like proposing maybe a person, like proposing a girl or a boy for the first time in their life. So how do you propose someone? You say that I am best because I have got a costly car. No, you give them a comfort zone that you mentally can be with them, with each other for the maybe rest of the life. That's how the relationship starts. This is the same thing. When you're, as an entrepreneur, when you're giving a comfort zone to an investor, you need to give that kind of comfort zone. Now, how you can do that? As a solopreneur, which Bianca was mentioning, as a solopreneur, it's really difficult. Solopreneurs are like one-man army show. They only have the employees. They don't have a co-founder. They don't have a real team. Then it's really, really difficult to manage an investor, to give them a comfort zone. It might happen in your team. There is no one who can take the lead after you. Then how can an investor will feel if you fall sick, the business will not fall down? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a normal example, right? Now, from the perspective of entrepreneur, the second part of it, like how can you give a comfort zone to an investor that your business will survive and it will continue? That really speaking, Bianca, that actually needs a lot of confidence which you need to show to anyone. It can be investor, it can be your client, right? This confidence level comes from your heart. It cannot be trained by any third person. You have to have that confidence to say, if there is a earthquake, I will drive the car and I will take you to the destination. Okay.
Okay, but this means the determination I have to succeed in my business. For me, it's something that is important, but I would look at the market study they have. I would see if they are talking, because they know the market, or they are talking just because I fell in love with my idea and I really want to build this beauty product because I know, just for my understanding, that there is no other product in the market. This is something I would not, let's say, choose.
Well, first of all, I will agree and disagree both. I will agree on the point that if somebody is saying that there is no competition, it's a risk. Because in that case, you need to build the market. And when you're creating the market for the first time, it's a hell lot of investment that you need to do.
Yes, okay? I can say that.
Now, the point I am disagreeing with you about, the point that you need to have a market study, it's not a disagreement, rather it's an input for all the entrepreneurs. When I say disagree, means as an entrepreneur, sometimes we feel that we have an amazing third-party company who can give us a market study, but we never explored that on our own, and we never ever understand the strength of that third party, right? So when you choose a third party, you need to understand whether they have their running businesses or not, whether they have built an ecosystem or not, whether they are actually connected with the entire world or not. If these answers are yes, they are well connected, outsource your market study to somebody else, so that in your pitch deck, you can say, this study is done by XYZ company, right?
Okay.
That gives a comfort zone to an investor. They can cross-check these people, maybe 2 people, maybe 3 people, doesn't matter, and see that, okay, these guys have got expertise to actually give the real market study from the market. So this is the actual data, and they can cross-verify it, right? So the point I disagree is taking the data from internet and say that, hey, this is my market study. Cannot be done like that. You do a market study maybe for 10 miles in your area. We are cool with that. If you want to enter into some other market, say you want to explore Spain. So take a market study properly, take it seriously, take an age group for which age group your product or your solution is applied for. So that's I feel that people need to understand when they are applying. And at the same time, from the investor's perspective, when we see these kind of seriousness, we try to start talking with that group of people. To be very honest, the first line of commitment that happens is with a sweet yes. Sometimes they want to explore you, they want to know you more, they want to have more and more conversation. So I would love to bring one situation where an investor wants to have more and more conversation with you. Don't deny that. It may happen. It may happen that he or she is taking 3 meetings, 4 meetings, that means he or she is serious about your business. They want to understand more. Maybe they are not getting the answer at the same time when you're replying them. So that's more important, Bianca. So I believe as a participant, if you have that kind of thought process, you believe in your idea, you have done your little bit of market study, but you feel there is a gap, don't fear. We are there for you. We'll be more than happy to do all the hard work on behalf of you, so that we can.
Not quite, but okay, I will let you do that. Yeah, that's good. I always want to see entrepreneurs committed as much as, let's say, a business advisor they have in their team. So this is something I always look after when I start working with the company as a business consultant, because we are running out of time and we promise not to keep the people Friday evening too much. Let's tell them what is next for the Dubai Roundtable. So when are we going to Dubai and what is going to happen there and how they can subscribe? What do you say?
Well, for subscription, it's pretty simple. We have the portal, which is there. It's called coinnovateventures.com. Go to pitch day. You will find a form. Just fill it up. Me and Bianca both will get the input that you have given inside that form. Definitely within a couple of hours, our backend team will get back to you and we can start discussion. Regarding the dates, our proposed date is 10th of March, which is next month. We really don't have many time left. And the date of meeting is actually 9th of March. We want to meet all of you guys on 9th, so that as a participant, me and Bianca, we can nurture you, we can mentor you for the final round for the next day. And on the D day, best of luck. We'll be more than happy to assist you to put in front of the investors. In this case, Bianca, I would love to share something like the kind of investors that we have. Of course, we have private investors, plus we have VC fund, plus we have family office run fund. The reason we wanted to have this kind of combination, me and Bianca, we always want to give best possible matchmaking for your business. So we can see there are technology companies who are applying. We have seen non-technology companies. We have seen real estate. We have seen media entertainment. So we try to bring as many as best possible combined number of investors that we can get. And I think we really wanted you guys to grow, and that was the purpose. So the purpose is basically to bring your company to the next level, so that me and Bianca, of course, can get a pleasure of saying and smiling that, this is our portfolio company and we do the fundraising for these guys.
That's amazing. So if you are a company, no matter the industry in which you are, if you are at the stage of the idea or you are a scale up, you can attend to Dubai Investors Roundtable. We have a pitching competition on the 10th of March. We have different investors profiles, as Arjit said, private investors, VC funds, and family offices. So you have, let's say, a diversified portfolio of investors and opportunities for you to receive funding for your company. The first step you have to do in order to apply, you go to Co-Innovators website. We will leave the link in the comments. You go on the pitch day, you said, section on the website, you apply. Don't think about, I have to have a 20 pages business plan. It's not the case, but you have to answer to some, short questions regarding your business, attach a short business plan, and then we will talk with you and we will see what you need in order to be prepared for the day in which you need the pitch deck. Regarding the industries, because I received a lot of questions, and Arjit knows that, I always say to him, I received a lot of questions. I am a business in agriculture. Should I attend? Of course you can attend. As we do have such a company who is attending, so it's great. We have companies in the fitness industry. We have companies in the aviation. We have companies in the medical industry. So yeah, it's not about the industry. It's about the potential of the business to grow, to be scalable, to multiply the money the investors is putting into your business. So we would love to meet you in Dubai at Dubai Investors Roundtable, March 9th to 10th. There'll be 2 days. And just send your business plan. You will have a call with us, and it will be great to receive valuable feedback regarding your business as well, not only to attend the event.
Yeah, it's like, to be very honest, just think of it as an opportunity to network and meet many people from various different country and culture. And
Yeah.
you can probably get more business. In a business networking event like this, magic always happens.
That's for sure. This is how I built such a big business ecosystem in so many countries, and Arjit knows that, and he's doing the same. So Dubai Investors Roundtable, we see you in Dubai on 9th and 10th of March. We will be live with you until we go to Dubai. So make sure you stay on our pages and you follow us. Send your questions to us. We will be happy to support you. We leave you because it's Friday. Take care. Have a blessed weekend.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you, Arjit. Thank you.